Hello survivors and hunters, I'm the SurvivalVis, and we finally made it. We reached the 500 subscriber milestone. We actually reached it a couple of days ago. I'm just going to show you some behind the scenes, I suppose, here, of what day it probably was we hit it. So if we go into sub count, probably hit it just on Friday or Saturday. Actually, probably Saturday, because we are at 503 right now. So we managed to get up to 500 subs, and I just want to take a moment to thank all of you guys and girls and beyond and in between. Let's put it that way. Let's cover every part of the spectrum and beyond that as we're talking. You all have helped so much, and just, we would not be able to be here without this. Like, this is a huge number for such a small channel that has not even really worked to broadcast, collaborate, or anything yet. This has mostly been a lot of mainly on my own. I do have to give big help to Saurian Target, who definitely aided a lot with our growth in certain parts. Like, the Carnivore's Genesis series helped boost us, but together, we're at 500 subs. Thank you all so much for this. I unfortunately don't have a milestone to, like, add into things to celebrate with it. Originally, the milestones were at 100, I was going to have the custom URL, which I still do, just to make it easier. I still have to start the branding and networking with using that more. 500 subs was actually going to be my original goal to bring the face cam into it, but because of how slow growth kind of was, I figured, you know what, let's just try advancing that and see how it does. And because of that, then the 1,000 was and still is the streaming mark, where if we can get up to the 1,000 subs, I'm going to invest into the channel and see if we can actually make this actually something bigger. Right now, though, we're small. We've been making the most of it. You can even see there's a little bit of work in progress down the bottom right there. I'm just uploading Friday's episode now. But if everything goes smoothly, we're going to be looking very good for the channel, have a lot of series content coming out. Next week, I'm going to be adding another series into the mix. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be tackling that Bigfoot game, see how I do solo hunting in kind of a scary game. And I'm also going to look at bringing on... Actually, I'll have to see when I'm going to squeeze it in. I want to start with Carnivores 2+ as another Carnivore series coming back onto the channel. I don't know when I'll do it, because I still want to do at least another week of Prehistoric Hunt, just because we have the hunting rifle and show that off. I'll have to kind of weigh things, because with Carnivore's Dinosaur Hunt being so prevalent on the channel, I always want to try to get a mix of content, because I figured that was the best way, not only for, well, maybe it didn't help the channel itself grow, but it helped me feel like I wasn't always hitting a burnout. As long as you're always switching up what you're focusing on, and you can avoid the burnout that you generally feel or might run into as you keep, like, trying to work on YouTube. I say work as if I'm actually, like, professional level. We're getting there. We're halfway there, I'd say. So yeah, that's probably the big focus, is just, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to start trying to figure out the best way to network. I know I probably mentioned in other videos that I want to network in a way that feels right, in a way. Like, one of the things I dislike is, like, you kind of see it. Like, a lot of bots on YouTube make use of it, where they'll put on, like, a small comment and link their channel or their videos in a comment. It's like, that doesn't feel right. You don't go onto somebody else's video, go down, say, hey, check out my thing here, and redirect them from that. That doesn't sit right with me. If you're going to promote yourself, it should be in a medium that's kind of neutral in a way, where it's not like you're trying to latch onto somebody else's work or trying to do something else. That's why I haven't really done, like, reaction videos aside from the Monster Hunter trailers. I don't think I will do reaction videos ever, just because I don't like the sort of leeching it can be for content in a way. So, with those going forward, I'm also going to be much more open to anything you guys want to hear. There are still projects I would like to try covering on the channel for myself. Like, one of the things I want to look at doing is getting into my own little writing projects and, like, small short stories that are like almost an audiobook in a way, where you can just turn them on and watch or listen for a while with something I've written for a bit. I don't know when I'm exactly going to look at tackling or putting that in, because, like, right now, the little streaming mark is also going to help me quite a bit, because it is slow to upload. Like, I started this upload, we're at 20%, probably started this about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago, so it takes a while because of the internet package. So I'm just using kind of this week mostly to get a lot of recordings, uploads prepared, and then that way I have a little bit more buffer between when I record and when you'll see them going up on the channel. But yeah, this is just an amazing milestone. I do want to check also how we're doing for, like, views total. If I switch over to lifetime, how are we on views? We're even over the 80,000 mark, so we're approaching both the 100,000 mark, and we're halfway to the 1,000 sub mark, so slowly but surely we are building our way up and just making our way through YouTube, growing on the platform. Thank you all so much for all the help, support, comments, feedback, everything you've been leaving. As I've been trying to, I try to respond to every comment or question or feedback that does arise on the channel, just because when you're this small, it also lets you get really closer with the people who are commenting in your community. Because you can have big YouTubers who, let's say they have, let's put them up even to, like, say 2,000 or 10,000 subs. Because of how many comments come in, it's almost like you're just trying to preach to the stage almost. Like, you can see them watching up there, but your voice doesn't really reach them in some regards. So this way I felt was a good way to keep building the community and interacting with you guys, because I can try to reply to every comment that comes in. There are some that are kind of small that I can't really comment much to or reply to, but any questions, feedback, etc. I definitely try to. And I want to keep that going for much further, but there is also one thing that I dislike that you can know for certain I will never do for you guys. And that's when you have comments come in. Okay, so I guess I have to do to the response status, haven't responded. Oh, that's actually interesting. Here we go. This is what I dislike here. Not the comment, just nice. Like, I have no problem with that. It's these auto-generated replies. No! Okay, maybe if you're a bigger channel, then they're a somewhat way to say, oh, you registered that they commented. But to me, this is lazy as all hell. Every comment that I'm going to reply to is going to be myself reading and commenting properly and replying properly. Like, let's see. Well, actually, here's a good... You can see all the ones. These are all ones that I've done replies to try to keep in touch, let you know, and stuff like that. And that's definitely going to stick forward for as long as I can. Again, right now, it's just, we're going to see how it goes. I've got new series in mind, we'll see them slowly build up, and thank you all so much for helping us reach 500 subscribers. I don't know how long it'll be to the 1,000, because it was a bit of a slow crawl up to 500 once we hit, I think, the 490 mark. I think I was stuck at 496 for like a couple of weeks, so it does take its time. Whatever happens though, I just wanted to do this to thank you all so much for helping us just to get up to this mark, and what a journey it's been and still have to go. You know what, since I mentioned journey, I'm going to bring that up because I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm going to start streaming at this point in time, or like I have a set date in mind. It's definitely if I hit that mark that I will. But I can tell you the first stream I had in mind was actually to start with the game Journey. Now, I'm sure a lot of people played it because it was a PlayStation 3, 4... It was a PlayStation exclusive for a long time, but then it finally came out on Steam with some of the other games opening up to there. So I figure we'll start our bigger journey into YouTube with Journey. I know it's kind of corny, kind of cheesy, that's what you can expect of me so far. But yeah, I don't know when it'll happen, but that's kind of like our celebration stream whenever we hit it. But thank you guys so much for all the help, support, feedback, comments. It's really been amazing to just watch how this has built up and grown over the couple of years. I think 2.5 years now is about this full length of it, but thank you so much, and I look very forward to keep bringing you guys more content, more videos, and hopefully you guys keep getting entertained and enjoy what you see. If you do have any comments, questions, celebrations, etc., be sure to leave them all in the comments right down below, and I'll always try to respond as I can to anything that comes in. Until I see you all in the next video, though, watchers, subscribers, survivors, and hunters, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting!